So I'm thinking of just starting a completely new series called Dumb Things That Former NBA Players Said. Obviously yesterday Penny Hardaway said that Kawhi Leonard is not a superstar. A couple of years ago George Gervin said Klay Thompson's 34 points in a quarter wasn't impressive because he shot 3-pointers, and today former NBA player or current NBA bench warmer Dante Jones has just said that Stephen Curry is not a top 10 player in the NBA. Yes, Steph Curry. In the last 3 seasons, Steph Curry has won 2 MVPs, and these were his stats in the seasons: 23.8 and 7.7 assists with nearly 5 rebounds a game. The next year, 30.1, 2.1 steals a game, 7 assists per game and 5.4 rebounds per game. The year after that, 25.3 points per game, 1.8 steals per game, 6.6 assists per game and 4.5 rebounds per game. In the playoffs, 2015 playoffs where everyone said he shrunk, he wasn't good in the finals, he didn't play well in big games, he averaged 28.3 points in the playoffs. In the 2016 playoffs, while he didn't have necessarily his best playoffs because he was injured, he still averaged 25.1 points per game. And last year, when people are saying, oh, Kevin Durant carried him to a title, he averaged 28.1 points per game in the playoffs. In the last 3 years, he's won 2 NBA championships, 2 NBA MVPs, and has been the only unanimous MVP in NBA history. 2 All-NBA first teams, and All-NBA second team, was the NBA scoring leader, led the league in 3-point field goals 3 times and set the record. Also led the league in free throw percentage twice, was the steals leader. The list goes on and on and on. So I watched a video, it was from The Herd on Fox Sports. Colin Cowherd basically said exactly what I was thinking when I heard this statement. What he said is 100% true in my opinion. That all these former NBA players, they hate the 3-point shot. They hate players like Steph Curry. Heck, they're even saying that players like Ray Allen and Reggie Miller are better shooters than Steph Curry. Like, can you just look at the stats? Steph shoots a better percentage and hits more than all of them? But that's a point for another video. But like, these former NBA players, I fully understand why their opinion is like this. These guys were tough guys. A lot of them were underprivileged. A lot of them had to work unbelievably hard. A lot of them just had to outwork their opponents, came from nothing to make it. But the fact is, they're trying to knock Steph Curry. Steph Curry is a guy who, as far as they're concerned, had everything handed to him, doesn't like to be physical, doesn't like to play basketball the way they think basketball should be played. Newsflash, 3-pointers are more efficient. Stephen Curry is one of the most efficient scorers in NBA history. And when it's all said and done, he could possibly be the 2nd greatest point guard of all time. And the reason I'm making this video is not because of what Dante Jones is saying, necessarily. And it's the exact same with Penny Hardaway. It's not what they said, it's the bigger picture. This statement is being made by an awful lot of former NBA players. And if you're looking in the news and you're seeing these former NBA players saying this, you might start to get that opinion. You might think that the only way to be a superstar is to have a high ego. You may think that if you're playing the game efficiently, if you're playing the game well as a team, if you're helping your team to win like Steph Curry does by spacing the floor, then you might think that there's something wrong with doing that because it's what's being drilled into kids' minds. Again, it's the reason why America has probably 50 of the best 55 players in the world, but yet still nearly lose in international competitions. The fact that Steph Curry plays the game differently, and to be honest, based on analytics, based on the way I've come up, I believe that's better than the way other players have played basketball. I believe Steph is way, way better than someone like a Russell Westbrook, because if you look at what Steph does, Steph screens extremely well. Steph shoots the ball, which also spaces the floor, which allows space for drivers. He attacks the basket. He shoots an incredible percentage when he does drive in, but also, he's just playing smart. He conserves his energy. You look at Westbrook, 5 games into the playoffs, he was dead. Like, he actually looked like he had no more in him 5 games into the playoffs. But Steph Curry could have probably got another 5 series with the way he played and been fine. Steph Curry definitely recruited Kevin Durant. Not because he's mentally weak, because as Colin Cowherd said, he thought, maybe I'll sacrifice 5 points a game to not have to go out and average 37 points a game, to not shorten my career. Because once Westbrook loses his athleticism in his early 30s, his career is gone. Just like the way D Rose is right now. Obviously Rose's decline has been accelerated because of injuries, but that's the way Westbrook is going to be in a couple of years. But Steph Curry, with the way he shoots the ball, the way he plays, could play till he's close to 40 and still be an effective player and still be a great role player on a team. Until he's 40, to be honest, with the way he plays. And to argue that a unanimous MVP isn't a top 10 player is just ludicrous. So these NBA greats, well, I'm not even going to call Dante Jones a great, but I can guarantee that a lot more NBA greats are thinking like this. They all waited. They all hated Steph Curry's rise. They hated the fact that this rich guy, a former NBA player's kid, became the best player in the face of basketball by just jacking up threes. They waited till there's a slight dip in his performance and then they go after him. Newsflash, Steph is a top 10 player in the NBA. And like, normally, obviously people are entitled to opinions, but this is just dumb. And to be honest, as I said at the start, I'm thinking of making a series about dumb things former NBA players say about current NBA players. So anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.